Hello everyone, this is Sandy, and today we're going to do a little bit of a flipped classroom adventure into classroom walkthroughs and how they can be used as a tool for continuous improvement in our classrooms. So the objectives of this screencast are first just to introduce you to walkthroughs as a tool and how they can be used to improve both teaching and learning, to identify the benefits for all parties involved, to share the guidelines or the expectations for the walkthrough. So as a teacher, you know exactly kind of what the protocol and the process is as people come walking through your classroom with their computers. And then finally, we'd like to share with you a draft of the walkthrough model that we've developed in hopes to gain some feedback before we go live with it. So I guess the background of this is, anytime there's a change or something that has to happen, it's so daunting to think of a monumental change. And so, I like this quote because if practice is the philosophy of continuous improvement. So if we just focus on getting a little bit better every single day, we can accomplish that big goal over the course of a few days. So that's kind of what our administrative team was thinking of as we began this process with the classroom walkthroughs. So first, so we're all on the same page about what classroom walkthroughs are. It's good to know a couple of things about them. First, they're informal, they're brief, they're conducted by instructional leaders in the district, but I wonder, why couldn't they be conducted by peers or students or parents or others? That might be an interesting lens or an interesting perspective on our instruction and on learning in the school district. We're not there yet though, so no panic. Walkthroughs are just a quick snapshot of classroom activities or look-fors. They're not intended for formal teacher evaluation, but they are an opportunity to engage in reflective feedback. And really, again, with that end goal as improvement of student achievement through improved teacher practice. So that's kind of the purpose of classroom walkthroughs and a little bit of information about them. And some people say, why all this classroom walkthrough stuff? I'm sure if you've talked to teachers in other districts, many districts are using walkthroughs on a very regular basis and have been for a couple of years. And I guess what it kind of comes down to is current education. If you think about the big things happening in public education, well, and in private education, instructional leaders, administration isn't just for kind of keeping the ship going, but truly administrators should be instructional leaders. If we think about professional learning communities and school improvement plans, standards-based curriculum, and making sure that we're addressing all standards at each grade level so students have a consistent and coherent curriculum as they move, kindergarten through 8th grade and into high school. Using data to make decisions. When we think about the different curriculum and instructional initiatives happening in districts and the shift from teacher-focused to student-focused classrooms, and also that increase in coaching and mentoring, sort of all of these big initiatives set the stage for a classroom walkthrough to be a really valuable tool in our classrooms. So with that, it's good to think of the value of classroom walkthroughs from a couple of different perspectives. First being just the school benefits from a walkthrough. This is an opportunity to acquire additional data about teaching and student learning, to determine incorporation of new curriculum and instructional initiatives and how they are truly rolling out in the school, and also to promote collegial and collaborative conversations. If you think about the benefits of a walkthrough from the observer's point of view, or perhaps the administrator's point of view, this is really a chance for administrators to really establish their role as instructional leaders within their school. Also to be present, so both kids and teachers are visible and accessible, and also just to be aware of really what each classroom looks like and all of the fantastic things that are happening in our school and schools on a day-to-day basis. The benefits for the actual teacher, The walkthrough, it's a chance to reflect on your own instructional and curricular practices in a more formal way. I know that we've been in classrooms and we talk about this, but a walkthrough makes it a little more transparent about what it is that we're truly looking for, and it certainly connects to current research, and you'll see that in the walkthrough draft in just a few minutes. For a teacher's benefit, it also promotes collegial and reflective conversations, again, not just always with the administrator, but also with your peers and even with kids in the classroom. And also it's one way to identify your own professional development needs, and in both cases for those who have to complete a PDP, but also those teachers who do coursework over the years. We're all in this boat with educator effectiveness, and so we're all working on creating SLOs and PPGs that are relevant and not something that kind of happens in an isolated silo on the side. So the more purposeful we can make all of those things, the more beneficial this walkthrough would be. And finally, from the student benefit from the walkthrough, students are able to share with the observers what they're learning. They actually can participate in school improvement, which is kind of cool. And then also the information gained from the walkthrough might help teachers to adapt instruction to really then target teaching to meet individual student needs. So really it's a win-win from both the school, the observer, the teacher, the student perspective. So as we begin conducting walkthroughs in our district, a couple of things that we're going to hold firm to. First, they're not going to be announced, and really because, again, it's just a snapshot, and there's great stuff happening in the classrooms every single day. So they're not formal, they won't be announced, they'll just be quick pass-bys, short in duration, 5 to 7 minutes. We will be collecting information on a laptop or an iPad, and really that's just an efficient way of collecting the information while we're in the classroom. We will ask students what they're working on, and then we're also going to be sharing feedback with you literally within a minute or two once we leave the classroom via the Google form that we're collecting information on. So hopefully this will allow for just more transparency so teachers know exactly what we're looking for and why we're in your rooms when we're there. So now is your opportunity to take a look at the walkthrough tool that we've created, and before we go live with it, we would like to gather some feedback. You'll be able to click on the link, or if this is shared via email, I'll include it as a link there. But the tool itself is broken down into kind of 4 areas. First, curriculum, classroom environment, and then a focus on instruction, what the teacher is doing, and a focus on the learner, what the student is doing. And hopefully throughout those 4 areas, we'll be able to just cull some data that will be valuable for you as a teacher, and how it influences student learning in our classrooms in Mapledale Indian Hill School District. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on our walkthrough tool. Have a great day.